Hey everybody, welcome to the next video. Today is going to be another review for the EU Bootcamp with Showmaker, basically just doing so many incredible things at Worlds. I really wanted to just watch a game of him, and I mean, not only that, but he's like one of the highest LP people inside of US right now. I'll show his LP right after this, but this is the game that we're going to be looking at. I found out that he actually played an AP KOG'MAW game. And I know he builds Mermana, but he's still going that AP build with the Emax first and the phase rush and stuff. And he doesn't even take Presence of Mind. It's pretty interesting, his build path. But yeah, so I wanted to take a look at this. We can see he is currently 1,214 LP, 70% win rate, rank 54. And this is an incredibly small amount of games compared to everybody else. I think that he's currently like, in terms of everybody that's in Worlds right now, he's like rank 2. But I think maybe even rank 1 might be an EUS player, so that's not fair. I mean, this person just, Showmaker came in and just smurfed it up. So anyways, we're going to be going over that KOG'MAW game, see what he does to make it so KOG'MAW pops off and how he wins his games. And, oh goodness, we're not going to look at that one. Let's just jump right into it. So the first thing, I'll make it so sometimes we look at items. Let me know what you guys think about in terms of like if I do this more often, what you guys want to see more of. I made it so it has that zoom out so we can look at it a little bit easier as well, so we can see more. This isn't like when you actually play League, you don't get to have this big zoom out. So yeah. He is currently playing versus a Jarvan and a Blanc, which honestly, if I was playing KOG'MAW, I would be terrified. He does not like the Ghost, I guess. The Exhaust is just maybe to make it so the LeBlanc never has enough damage to kill him, possibly. What's good about KOG'MAW early on is that most people will take W. And when you take W, you deal a lot of auto attack damage, so he might be able to use that to his advantage. We see him like kind of stepping up towards the LeBlanc, and I think it's because he wants the LeBlanc to jump on him. Because LeBlanc wants to go for that W auto attack, electrocute proc, but if she does, when he has his W, he can probably auto attack her on the way out and deal more damage than even her level 1 trade. And now that we see that his W is down, you see how LeBlanc suddenly is stepping up towards him and looking for those trades? As soon as his W expired, that LeBlanc's looking. Everybody inside this game on the enemy team is Challenger. He's not playing versus very bad players. He's literally playing versus EOS Challenger players here. And we could see that he got level 2 and stepped up there as well. You know, trying to use level leads as soon as you get them. Doesn't matter if you're playing a matchup that I think that could be dangerous, right? You know, I personally would be maybe playing a little bit passive versus a matchup, even if I could maybe win it during the early game. Sometimes it's kind of nerve-wracking playing versus other really good players. And he's about to get ganked here. Not really much that he can do. He gets flashed on, has exhaust still, uses exhaust on Jarvan, and Jarvan used his flash earlier, so he's actually going to pick up this kill here. And that's actually pretty good for him. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And I think his wave is okay. It's going to slow push back towards him. So despite dying, at least the good news is about this death is at least the wave isn't screwed because it's going to slow push back. Plus his jungler, obviously, is going to outfarm the Jarvan. The Jarvan did 3 camp into gank and died. So Jarvan has to run all the way back to do stuff. Now, is he going to try to freeze this, or is it just too big? The wave actually just might be a little bit too big. Let's see. Does not even freeze the casters? Kind of. It's somewhat frozen. LeBlanc's going for a top roam here. I did look over this game just a little bit before watching it, and I will say this is a great example of sometimes if you're playing a champion that is really good at scaling, aka KOG'MAW is definitely one of those champions, and you don't really have that good of roam pressure. Normally assassins like roaming, things that have good CC. KOG'MAW just has a slow man. It's better to just stay mid. It sucks your team might be dying, and sometimes you will lose the game from it, but in many cases, you can get a lead through maybe CS, and we see that he's hard shoving, trying to make it so this crashes because LeBlanc's not here. The wave that he had that was like not even that frozen was just probably gonna unfreeze itself, so he's just trying to make it so this crashes under tower. But we can see it's 18 CS to 31 despite LeBlanc already having 2 kills. He's going to try hard shoving this, it looks like. He just has to be careful about the Jarvan gank. You see how he's playing kind of far back? He's probably waiting for his E cooldown. He's backing up really far here because he saw the Jarvan coming. There's lots of pings going off too. Even Aatrox is here. So he just leaves the wave. He knows that he can't do anything about it. It's just too risky. Good awareness about the situation, making sure that he doesn't step up there and just get himself killed. Right here, he's taking the small raptors. He just took some of the small raptors. I guess he just wanted to contribute. Aatrox also roamed down and missed a bunch of CS for that. Not really sure what the decision-making behind that was. We see that he's playing pretty aggressive now. And it's because his Xin Zhao is nearby. He's trying to look for a little bit of poke. Whenever his jungler is nearby, he feels a lot more safe. Just basic gameplay. And it's a lot easier to understand like what people do when you watch games like this, because you get to see where everybody's at. Like, oh, Jarvan's coming. Will the player identify that like LeBlanc is pressuring, or is he going to be able to get away from it? And once again, just hard shoving the wave when LeBlanc roams for that bot play. LeBlanc actually TP'd bot here, and he's just shoving out. Just trying to get a good CS and maybe EXP lead. Does LeBlanc die? Dude, look at her HP bar on the side. Like, she's actually just one sliver. And it looks like his bot lane, unfortunately, one death, but still not that bad, right? Because we're getting a lot mid here. A ton. From just sitting mid. And sometimes I should probably be doing this inside my own games. Honestly, I've kind of picked up a playstyle of roaming a lot, even on mages that maybe shouldn't be roaming as much. Like, honestly, I think Vex isn't the best at roaming sometimes. And sometimes I roam to a play, or I halfway roam to a play. You know, you start running to a bot side play, and then you notice that your team already lost. And then now, when you run back mid, you can't shove it as fast, so you can't deny as many creeps. But he is just committing purely to mid, never ever leaving his lane. And it's actually making it so she misses more CS whenever she leaves. And it's making a lead for at least himself, or at least he can stay somewhat relevant this game, because he'll have that CS and XP lead. Because if he wasn't doing it and he was halfway roaming, he could make it so he actually like puts himself in a disadvantage. Now we see the Rakan, we see the pings going off. We're probably gonna see a Rakan gank here. He's just shoving this out as fast as he can. Nami's coming though. He exhausts the LeBlanc here. She used full cooldowns here, so she used everything. She has nothing else left. Got some good trades out as well. He did have to burn exhaust though, and he steps up towards LeBlanc here, hits her with... kills her. She just completely disrespected KOG'MAW, and he gives him an emote. The thing about Nami is that whenever she gives you the E and he gets to get that nice, like, the 3-hit slow, like, extra damage thing, it's so good. He hit her with a Q there, which slowed her, so he could then land the ulti E. And she just used her W, so she just was wanting to get back to that wave, and she died. And now he's in such a good spot. Like, look at everybody else, right? It's now 73 to 44 mid lane, which is just a massive CS lead. Now he's going to be able to base. I'm actually wondering, for his runes, I guess I didn't show these earlier. I'm so sorry about not showing it. He went the Phase Rush, Mana Flow, Transcendence. This is a pretty normal Gathering Storm. But he went Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight. And normally you take Presence of Mind. The reason you take Presence of Mind is because as KOG'MAW, you have extreme mana costs. As you keep using your ulti, it costs more and more, up to 400. And then what will happen is that inside teamfights, sometimes you'll run out of mana. But when you kill somebody with Presence of Mind, you get back mana. So that means you can continue barraging people with your ult. So that's the reason for taking it. But he didn't take it this game. And it looks like it's working just fine. I mean, pretty standard stuff. He didn't go for boots early, which is normally what you're supposed to do when you're playing something that isn't going to be very mobile. Having AP is normally better. Wow, really nice. Oh, and he gets that as well. Flashes away, does not want to fight the Aatrox. And he got the Rift Herald and got another kill. Was able to read the Jarvan's movements. And these people that he's reading the movements of, it's not very easy. If you've played KOG'MAW, you know it's not that easy to land that R. And he's landing all of these abilities on these players that are challenger players themselves. I miss Q so many times. What's great about AP KOG'MAW is that if you have not played it recently, it did recently get buffed, right? I think it was like 2 patches ago. They increased the E damage, the AP ratio, from 0.5 to 0.7, meaning that he has even more burst damage if you land the full combo, which is normally EQR. And we might see that during a later stage of the game. Just rifting immediately. Doesn't even want to wait to see like if it gets a little bit lower, I guess. Is he just going to reset here, or is he going to roam? Oh, he's going for the blue. So he got some platings there. Normally I always save rift until like a little bit later, but I guess it's just good to use it right then. I like saving it if we can maybe hit mid tower and get it down to like the 2 platings. 2 platings is normally how much damage rift does, so you can take a full tower that way, but he just used it preemptively. And it looks like he's gonna get ganked again. And look how far back he's playing. How does he even know? There's no way that they have vision on Jarvan. I guess he's just anticipating that, like, he's the only gankable lane right now. You have to also think of it as, like, alright, I mean, his Cassiopeia, the top laner, just died. Why would Jarvan be up there? The only places Jarvan could possibly be if he's gonna gank something would be top or bot lane. Okay, he's finally roaming, by the way. Joining this fight. He finally has items, so he could probably contribute a lot. Oop, LeBlanc heads back to her thing. He kills her with the auto attack. Very nice. Now he's going for the Ezreal. The Ezreal flashed away, but he's not able to get away. Lands it. Ease. Another target. And he's going to get a triple kill, probably. This is so big for KOG'MAW. Dude, if you look at the KDAs from everybody else, it looks like he's just hard carrying. Like, 0-3 top, 1-3 jungle, 1-2 Lucian, 0-2 Nami. And after killing them, obviously you want to shove in that wave as fast as you can. Wants to get that plating, though. Can you get it? No. Just too risky. If he goes up for it, there's a chance LeBlanc just goes for him, so he just has to give it up here. But he should have a lot of money now, and he could probably buy that Ludens, and Ludens is going to be huge. Once again, though, a different build path than what I normally take. Liandry's is such a strong item for a lot of, like, AoE type champions, and KOG'MAW's pretty good at using it, but I guess, the good news about going Ludens is they get a bunch of magic pen, flat magic pen. So squishy people become even more squishier. Flat magic pen has the most value, the less MR that they have. So like obviously Aatrox, Jarvan, who have a little bit of MR, it's a little bit worse for those people. Just immediately grouping with his team rather than roaming bot here. I guess he's on a power spike and just wants to join. Also, he went for the Ionian boots. Did not even notice that. I mean, I've mentioned this quite a bit. A lot of people, like, sometimes are curious about, like, item build paths for champions. A lot of people... Listen, you can build a lot of different things on a lot of different champions and still be extremely successful with it. Item build paths? Sure, there's probably more effective build paths than, with different champions, but for the most part, it's mostly gameplay. Understanding when to back off, when to go in, just landing your abilities. It's more important than the actual build path. It probably matters the least for, like, auto attackers, because at least they don't really care about, like, landing abilities. They care more about hitting. Oh my god. That's what I'm talking about, man. He just did EQR. Just lands everything and just one-tapped him. KOG'MAW, when he is fed, deals a ridiculous amount of damage. Also, level 11 is a huge power spike for him. So all he has to do is just R from super far away. We can't even see it, man. I'm just going to have to move the camera. Like, we can't even see it because it's so far. Okay, lands one. Lands another. Lands it. Does not go for the recon, though. But this is what I'm talking about. See, now he's out of mana, but it doesn't matter. His E still does a ton of damage. His teammates are playing around him very well. He has 20 stack Magi. He bought Magi, what? Like 6 or 8 stacks? And now he's dancing. Hits him with a little dance. He knows he can carry this game very easily. The only way that they could possibly win this game would be like Jarvan ulti into like Rakan ulti, everything. They blow everything to kill this KOG'MAW. Dude, I wish that it was easier to like talk with these types of players and just be like, so what's the decision making behind not going Presence of Mind? And now we see the Mermana. I mean, it's pretty standard. You always want to build a core mythic item on KOG'MAW. He's not a champion that you normally want to build something else on. And the Medjai's is not really a expensive item, so he just built it. And now he's going for this, basically his second item. Do not consider the Medjai's an actual second item. In some cases, if you just want to hold on to that Dark Seal, you want to build, I guess, the Archangels or Mermana immediately after. So in this case, he's going for that. I never did look up the math on it. It might actually just be more beneficial to build the Mermana, because once it's done, although Archangels gives a crap ton of AP, like, I'm sure Archangels probably outscales it. I imagine it just has to. Like, because if you get a death cap with Mermana, or I mean with the Archangels, you get a lot of AP. A ton. And obviously this is going to cut down on that AP value. The good news about KOG'MAW is that he has pretty good base values though. So, in the past, like last season, when you did go AP KOG'MAW, all you did was build the penetration items. Like, what is it? Oblivion Orb, I think is what it was called. He's dead here, isn't he? No? Is he not dead? No, he has to be dead. Yeah, I'm like... I thought he was going to do something, like, super impressive. He almost killed the LeBlanc there. I mean, he did insane damage to her, but just was not enough. And they did get him. And that was a big bounty. That was 1,000 gold, although I don't know towards who. It was Jarvan got it. So Jarvan got 1,000 gold there. I mean, I did mention earlier, like, if they just burn all their cooldowns on KOG'MAW, I mean, there's a chance of him dying, and that's the best chance of them being able to come back into this game. Looks like he's going for Horizon Focus. Pretty standard KOG'MAW item. Here. We're just gonna watch other people until he gets back onto the map. Really no reason not to. Ooh, even... Dude, that was a big throw. My goodness, everybody kind of died. Nami died, Zinzao died. Maybe they get Rift here. Why is this guy so under-leveled? Or maybe it's just Showmaker's over-leveled. There's nothing else to take mid lane, so that's probably why he's going top here, by the way. He's probably just going to wherever he can catch a wave, but also he wants to make it so he can at least go to a place that could maybe be pressured as well. Now he's going to join this. Once again, I'm going to have to move the camera just because, hey, lands a good E there on that guy. Just because his spells are so long range that I have to move the camera just to keep up with them. It's going to be even worse at level 16. Or I can just zoom out more. I can zoom out really far. Just see the whole entire map. The only other objective to take right now is the top lane, so that's why we're back up here again. There's nothing really else to do, because they took those 2 mid towers, right? So, no Baron as well. He got the tower before the Rift crashed too, so it took no damage, which is pretty nice. Trying to poke the LeBlanc here, spamming it. I'm paying attention to how many he spams. He's on 4 right now. There's no way he's going to use another one, right? It's going to be really expensive if he does. I think he's saving his... Dude, that did half of his HP, by the way, the Ezreal. Just an E. Now that it's... Oh. Flashes away from the LeBlanc immediately. Getting decent damage down. Joins the fight again. Knows that LeBlanc maybe can't go for him. And dies. Oh, man. But his team was able to do quite a bit there, and he probably got a lot of damage down. The good news is that if they commit so many resources on him at least, his teammates can still contribute a lot. When you commit all resources to kill an important target, aka, yeah, KOG'MAW, right? It means that they don't have any of those resources left for the rest of the team fight. Honestly, when I played competitive, that's something that I think I was told that I was pretty good at. Sometimes I would just sit on sidelines as LeBlanc and not go in. But the pressure of me being there makes it so the enemy doesn't want to do anything. Of course, this is a little bit different. This is like the enemy using resources to kill an important member versus something else, but... Why did Lucian just call him? Unfortunately, I don't know many other like players that are in World, so I can't tell you if he's playing versus anybody notable or has anybody notable on his team. Okay, LeBlanc is not here. I mean, they just want to get that dragon. So that's why he's down here. Is he going to go top here? They're also pinging around Baron. He's just going to shove out this mid wave, and we'll see where he rotates next. It looks like they're going to go for that Cassio bot, but if they fail, or if she kills one, it's going to be really bad for... Okay, well, she's dead. They're immediately starting the Baron because the Aatrox and the Jarvan were bought. Can they burst it fast enough? KOG'MAW uses E, which got LeBlanc W, which is huge. They definitely can't do this fast enough. It's 4v5 right now, by the way. The Cassio is dead, remember. Oh, LeBlanc is just like... Dude, LeBlanc is just not doing that much this game right now. She's just on sidelines. Oh my god, she messed up her W as well. He's just going to play really, really far back and just poke here. Huge damage on these people. Oh my god, he just half-lifed that Rakan with 1 Q. Kills him with W. It's just over now. They had to basically just immediately kill KOG'MAW, but he's just too strong at this point, and they FF'd. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary on SHOWMAKER KOG'MAW. Hopefully it was somewhat educational for you as well, for how he's playing the laning phase and what he's trying to do during it. This was versus EOS challengers, and I'm probably going to be trying out this build myself, honestly, when I stream. If you guys enjoy watching me, I do stream almost daily on twitch.tv/pekinwolf. It's just my name, just like my YouTube, so I might be trying this out. He only played 1 game of it, unfortunately. He's mostly playing the OP champions. You know, Irelia, Yone, Silas. So, once again, hopefully it was an enjoyable experience watching SHOWMAKER KOG'MAW, and I will see you guys next time. If you guys have any comments about what you think I can do to improve this style of commentary, or if you think that it's just not educational and I should do even more coaching style stuff, then let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.